This is their coming out party, right?
That's
Is
right.
this their first time in LA?
It's really their first time in LA, their first time doing a live performance in LA. I think they
So
subsequently do one like at the Country Club in Reseda, but this is the big one. And
so expectations are high, and what
ex
happens?
expectations very high. The 808 bass of Hold It Now, Hit It blows out the sound system. Whatever Bob Forrest has done, it works for a rock band, but it's not configured for this huge earthquaking bass sound that the Beastie Boys, that Rick Rubin produced for the Beastie Boys with Hold It Now, Hit It. And the sound keeps blowing out. They try it again, it blows out again. Bob Forrest is convinced that the Beastie Boys are only here to make fun of him and to somehow punk the Red Hot Chili Peppers at their own game on their home turf. The Beastie Boys are obnoxious brats and say lewd things from the stage. And the whole club wears egg on its face. And Matt and Bob Forrest gets booed. And Matt Dike says, "This was supposed to be dope. This was supposed to be the craziest, greatest moment. The Beastie Boys playing at my club. Oh no." And Mario Caldato comes out of the crowd and says, "I have the gear. I have the speakers. I know what a subwoofer is. I know how to hook this up." And Mario does. And that begins this incredible alliance between Mario Caldato and Matt Dike that then carries over. And Mario says, "I'm going to quit my job at Garrett Research as a machine grinder and take all of that money and buy equipment. And we're going to set up a recording studio, Matt, in your apartment." And they do that. And now what they've done is they've circumvented the way that the recording industry worked at the time, which is you spend money to go into a recording studio and are assigned an engineer, and then you get to make the record, and that's what you get. No, they're doing it in Matt's apartment. They're doing it with equipment Mario set up. And they're also doing it, remember, from this deep love of these great 70s heavy rock records, and also from this great admiration from the early Def Jam records that Rick Rubin produced. I think when Run DMC comes out with It's Tricky, which is the song based on the Knack's My Sharona, that's a big one for them. And they're like, oh yeah, this is really fun and funky. Maybe we can kind of figure out a way to do our own version of this. And just as this last kind of note in this part of this conversation is hip hop in LA is not really a thing. We look back at it now and think about the ubiquity of gangster rap, and LA has its own sound. At the time, if you weren't in New York City, you weren't really making authentic rap music. It wasn't really a thing. So again, these Delicious Vinyl records really helped expand the map of where you could be credible and gave LA an early purchase into being a key contributor to hip hop culture at this incredible moment, this big tipping point in the culture.